spacetime. So when you drop your awareness down into the heart, you're going into the vacuum, you're going into the field. And because that's the source of all knowledge and infinite energy, I always want to do a little bit of explanation in the beginning, because I think it's helpful when our minds understand, when our conscious minds understand what exactly we're doing. I feel like we benefit the most. And I was just telling Luke that I've been, I've done heart, brain, or heart, what I call spiritual heart meditations since 2019, and going deep, deep within the heart and dropping your awareness into the heart. And then what happens is you feel this, or I feel this expansion. You go down and then you feel this wholeness, but as you go down, you also expand out. And when, if you think of us as bodies of consciousness, this is the whole, everything we see in front of us, our field of perception is who we are. We are a field of perception, or a body of awareness, or a body of consciousness. And then the physical body is manifesting inside of that container. When you say the word container, it kind of implies that it's a contained system, but it's not. It's endless, right? If you try to find the edges of your awareness, it just keeps going. If you try to feel for the edges of your awareness, you can't feel an end of that. You'll notice that is unbounded. We're shifting our attention to put our awareness, or cognize ourselves as bodies of consciousness, infinite, unbounded, eternal bodies of consciousness. So we are the field, right? And so in order to do that, we have to practice being that every day. And so as we bring our awareness down into the heart, which is the portal to that aspect of us, it's all around us, but you feel a strong connection to it in the singularity found in the heart. But also there's a singularity along the spine too. I was watching the Big Questions course, and actually it was Luke with William, we're talking about that, right? The singularity along the spine. And I found a really interesting, I don't know if I posted it in the group, but I will. It was Nassim in Barcelona giving like a full day course. And he talked about how you could start to see, he talked about the frames of reality, right? And how it is like a film strip. And in the film strip, all the frames are there. And there's a spacer between each piece of film, or each frame. And he said, you can start to see that. He said, we don't see that because it's so fast that it feels continuous. But he said, if you spend a lot of time going into your vacuum self, you'll be able to start to see that. And that's kind of what I've been saying when I say I can shift back, and then I can start to see the flickers of reality, right? Yes. I start to see the light flicker in front of me. So anyway, hopefully that encourages everyone to do this a couple times a day. So anyway, I did heart brain coherence for a really long time, or spiritual heart meditations. It essentially is heart brain coherence, because whatever you focus on, you become. So when you bring your attention down into the heart, the frequency that's vibrating there, the vibration of that space, it will then, your brain waves will match that, because that's what your attention is on. And the rest of the physical body, if you allow it, if you relax into the heart space, the rest of the physical body will start vibrating at that rate too. And there's a lot of healing that goes on when that happens. So I'm also taking some courses at the Maharishi University on higher states of consciousness and transcendental meditation. And basically transcendental meditation is that. Transcending means you're transcending the human mind, or you're transcending the thoughts and the emotions and the physical body and the physical world. So basically you're transcending space-time. So when you drop your awareness down into the heart, you're going into the vacuum, you're going into the field. And because that's the source of all knowledge and infinite energy, when you do that each day, a couple of times a day, you benefit from that, but it also teaches you how to be that in your waking state when you're going about your day. And then you could eventually also be that in your dream state and in your sleep state. So you can start to be that background awareness, observing yourself sleeping, observing yourself dreaming, and observing yourself here in the waking state. And that's what's called cosmic consciousness. I love the name cosmic consciousness. So when you drop your awareness down into the field, you go to your eternal self. Okay. And it's a part of us that's always there. It's just that in our waking state, what we do is we lose awareness of that part of ourself, and our consciousness attaches to the forms of reality. So we attach to our thoughts. So the thoughts that are occurring in our head, we latch onto them and we lose awareness of ourselves. So we're not aware, like, oh, this is a thought that's occurring to me, right? We don't stay aware of ourselves. We get lost in the thought. So when you practice this multiple times a day, you bring yourself back to the awareness. So now you're going about your day attached to, aware of yourself in the stream of reality. And then eventually you go into a state called God consciousness, where you start to understand, you see, so you consider the space-time the relative existence, right? So everything's always changing in space-time. So therefore it's relative. And then the absolute reality is the field. It's eternal, it's unchanging, and it's what's creating the relative field. The God consciousness state is the relative. So this space-time reality, right? It's starting to feel the energy of it, and then starting to see the flickers. That's the God conscious state, when you can see that the forms that are creating the physical world are really the mind of the universe creating that form. So you start to see the structure of reality, right? That it is these frames, and that it is really light vibrating that's creating what we perceive as matter. So that's called the God conscious state. Now, in order to get there, you have to really develop, according to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, in order to cultivate that, you have to cultivate your heart. He says the heart has to be cultured. And what that means is you have to appreciate what's in front of you. You have to appreciate the world. And it's very interesting that he says that, because appreciation, look at your balloons. When you have that, when you're in the vibration of appreciation, you feel relaxed. And that relaxation is a sign of your vibration increasing. And then when your vibration increases, what that means is there's more coherence between you and the field around you. Right? So there's more energy transfer, there's more information transfer from the field into the physical body. That's why you're feeling the peace and the relaxation. And because your vibration has raised, now you can start to see how reality really functions. So because you're working at a higher rate of energy transfer or information transfer. And so you get to see how it really works. And so that God consciousness state is that you have to cultivate the appreciation and your love for life. And so you want to, we can use these practices to drop our awareness into the heart, but then also create feelings of love and appreciation. And so that's, I think, what we'll focus on today. I'll also have you do some central channel breathing up and down the central channel, because that brings awareness into the entire physical body, the energy centers in the physical body, which are in the from the crown down to the pelvic floor. And when we bring our awareness has a very open and spacious quality. So when we bring our awareness into these parts of our body, we are elevating the vibration there, because how we feel on a day-to-day basis is really a function of our belief systems, what we believe about ourselves and what we believe about the world. And that, because our belief causes us to vibrate a certain way, it causes us to feel certain emotions. Our subtle body vibrates according to our belief systems. And so if we have certain beliefs, we're going to practice those vibrations. So how you feel on a daily basis are practiced vibrations according to your beliefs. So when we do these practices and bring our awareness into these different areas of the body, we're going to change the vibration of that, because our awareness has that an empty, spacious quality. It opens things up. So you're going to start feeling your body elevate in vibration. And at first, at least for me, it was really awkward. Like you feel like a bubble of energy. You start feeling less dense. The body feels more fluid. You start to feel more buoyant, more energetic if you keep practicing it. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and get started.